Good morning, everybody. This is Jared with Fluty Homestead, and I thought I'd come on here this morning, let everybody know that I finally have the greasy beans ready to go. I'm going to be posting them on my Etsy store. I'll put a link in the description to the Etsy store. I'll be posting them Wednesday morning, and I'll be posting, I think I've got 35 packages ready to go right now, and I should have another, probably another 20 ready soon, but I'll just keep adding them as I have them ready. And also, I've had a lot of people ask for rattlesnake beans. Right now, I don't have enough to post, but I do have a lot of the Roger Newsom fall beans, and I'll be posting some of them as well. If you've seen some of my videos, I've showed them before. They are a pretty good sized bean, really heavy producers, and mostly stringless. The beans themselves are kind of a white with pink stripes in them, and they're really, really good bean. And like I said, they're a heavy producer. They put on a lot of beans. And I got them originally at the Appalachian Seed Swap in Pikeville. I believe they originated from Floyd County. I'm not 100% sure on that, but they're called a Roger Newsom fall bean, and I really like them, and I think you will too if you want to try some. But anyway, the beans will be going on Etsy Wednesday morning, and I wanted to wait till Wednesday, that way I could get this video out, and people would have a chance to see it and know when they're coming out, because I've had a lot of people emailing, and I'll do my best to have enough to get everybody who wants them seeds. But like I said, I'll have 35 greasy beans going on there, and then I should have at least 20 more very soon on there. Okay, here's the package of greasy beans. Got me a little stamp on them this year, but you can see there's about 100 seeds, give or take, in here. Plenty enough for a good start. Here's the Roger Newsom fall beans. You see they're a beautiful little bean. Really pretty colors. Good and tasty. I think I'm anxious. I'm going to try some of these cooked dry, like a soup bean. But I've made cooked them like regular green beans with just a piece of pork fat, and then I've also dried them and made a shuck bean leather breeches out of them and cooked them, and they were really good like that too. But I'll have some of these on the Etsy as well. Cows are getting a little bite of breakfast this morning. I moved my hay ring back some. What's your all's opinion on this place here? I'm gonna make a garden out of it later this summer, and I've fed the cows here all winter, so it's got about probably 8 inches of old hay and manure and stuff they've worked in. I'm gonna try to add some. I've got a place I can get some really good black dirt out of the woods. I'm gonna add some of that in here, and this week I'm gonna try to move these cows up onto the hill on the other pasture I got. That way this can rest and not have any more fresh manure on it, and that way it'll have a few months to rot before I try to plant anything in it. But I think it'll make a nice little garden here. It's actually flat, and that's a rare sight for me, is somewhere flat. So I can get my tractor in here and till it, and I may cut that one maple tree. You can see that big maple right here, and you see the sun shining right over that hill, so the maple may leave, but I've still got another pretty maple right here by my house. But the maple may leave there, but I think it'll make a nice garden spot. In time, I'll probably keep filling in, leveling out on down through there where I had that old road, but I don't use it now, so it'll be a better garden than a road. So anyway, just thought I'd show you this and see what you think. If you think this will be a good garden or no. Okay, I brought this pallet of brick out here. There's about 220 brick on here. I had a filler give me some brick, and I'm going to be using them to build a chimney in the workshop. I'm going to try to feed a wood stove and my blacksmith forge into one chimney. So I got another load of brick to get. I think I need about 500, and there's almost half of them here. Pallet forks has really came in handy. And another thing I love, within 30 minutes I've had on my bale spear, my pallet forks, and now I just put on my bucket thanks to the skid steer quick connect. That is probably one of the handiest things on this Kubota. I just needed these pallet forks on for just a minute to move this pallet, and within 30 seconds you got them hooked up, ready to go. So I love that quick connect. Now I got to move a little bit of gravel and dirt, so the bucket's super easy to take on and off. Really like that. Okay, up here is where I want to put my cows at. You see, here's my cellar. This is across from my house up on the hill. And I need there's a flat right here above these rocks, and that's where I want to put their hay ring at. So for me to get a round bale of hay up there, I've got a little trail over on this side, but it's too steep. I'm afraid to drive a bale of hay there. So I have cleared out my road, and I've dug me a better road up here. So I want to take the tractor and take you up my new road and show you where I'm going to put a gate, and we're going to move the hay up there. Let's see how the Kubota starts up this morning. Kind of chilly morning. Probably don't even have to hit the glow plugs, but I will. But gotta have it in neutral. Here's a little steep, but it's pretty straightforward. Anybody need a 96 Dodge truck? If you remember, I had this trail cut when I had my road built, and this tree has been laying across it for 6 months or a year. I finally cut it up out of the way. Okay, right here's where I started digging. I've cut me a road. This was always a natural bench, but it was kind of sidling. So I took the tractor and made me a little path out through here. Around this way goes out to my little cabin, and I'm going to make a trail up into the head of the holler there. Look out over Fluty Lake. See here, I had to go around a couple big oak trees, so I had to come behind them and get me a little dirt, fill in the low sides. There's a nice big oak, really nice oak, straight. Had to come around this. move that big rock, but I was kind of afraid it would get away from me and go down the mountain. And now here we are, all the way to the barbed wire. Next we have to, there's this you can't see it, but there's a barbed wire fence from this tree to this tree. So I'm going to mount me a gate right here and level out on around there a little bit. And there's a nice little flat here. And that's where I'll probably feed the cows until spring. But I'm going to put a gate there, and I'm going to put one strand of electric along the upper side of this road. That way I can let the cows come right up this road and into this pasture. I tell you, one of my favorite things about this Kubota is this foot throttle down here. I hardly ever use my hand throttle. The main time I use the hand throttle is if I'm bringing something heavy up a hill and I need to kind of stop and change gears. I'll leave it throttled up a little so I can work the brake and the clutch. Somebody asked me the other day if I've been doing any more work on my cabin. You can kind of see now I have all the seated shakes on the dormers, and I've got my fascia board up. I've been putting the wood soffit under it. So I like the cedar look, everything trimmed out in cedar. Gotta feed Mr. Shorty this morning. I've been giving him a little dog treat every day. Kubota sent me these bully bites, made in USA, and these are pieces of freeze-dried beef, and Shorty really likes them. But appreciate Kubota sending me those. Here, Shorty. He likes his treat every day. He'll play with it a while, and then he'll finally eat it. He'll throw it around for a few minutes. You like it, Shorty? Yeah. Alrighty, y'all. I've been out here running this electric wire to move my cows on the upper side of this hill. And let's see. You can see behind me there, them posts, and I've run one strand of electric. And I got 3 really good hammers. All 3 of them is east wing. And I brought 2 of them out here. One of the bigger ones to pull on some barbed wire, and the small one to drive the steeple. Well, I had the little one, or I thought I had the little one. I didn't know which one I had really, in my belt loop of my pants. So I could drive these insulators here, and I've got 3 trees that I run this electric on, and this fence, hopefully I'll put barbed wire here someday, but for now it's going on this tree. But I had a hammer with me to drive these nails in, and got all the way back to my tractor, couldn't find that hammer nowhere. Found one of them laying there, and I knew for sure I brought 2. And I have looked this country over and finally I found it. I'll show you now. All right, you may have spotted it by now, but you can just barely see the tip of the handle sticking out from the leaves. I guess whenever I got up, I was sitting on the ground here to do this last little place. I guess when I got up, it just slid right out of my belt loop, and right there on the ground it laid. So thankfully I found it. This little hammer here is my favorite one to use. It's a smaller east wing, and you know, it's just a perfect size for just odd and end jobs. You gotta be careful with your tools when you're working out in the woods and the leaves like this. Wouldn't hurt, I guess, if you take them out a lot like that, to spray paint them orange. At least you might be able to see them. Boy, look at that pretty sun setting over me. Been a pretty nice day today, Sunday. But trying to spend a little bit of time getting this fence ready. Got to get them cows moved off of that future garden spot. And I think this will be a good spot for them. Appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hope you have a very blessed day.